Welcome, everybody, back to Landscaping to the Point. I'm your host, Scott. We have JC next to me. We have Joel Busa, or whatever his name is. He changes his name every time, but welcome back, guys, to Landscaping to the Point. Hopefully, you guys are watching us. Hopefully, you're listening to us anywhere you're listening to us. But we are live all across the place, and it's always good to be on here. So, Josh and JC, it's another Monday. It's a holiday. It's Memorial Day. So thank all the vets for getting us here and what they've done to us and for us in the past. So welcome, Brightstone. I know Brightstone just joined. I mean, it's been a while since he's been on, but he just joined us over on Instagram. So hopefully everybody's having a great Monday and a good holiday. What have you guys been doing this weekend?
I just want to add, I changed my name too.
We're all changing. We just all supposed to change our names now.
Daddy, is that you, Daddy?
I'm back, son.
Yeah.
Happy, oh my God, Happy.
Oh shit. So senior and junior. You don't even look like his senior, but you are older than him. So yeah, I guess we can go. We can qualify that.
Yeah, Memorial Day is going all right, man. It's not too bad. I'm sure the rest of the country has had like this whole crazy weather pattern with the rain that's been going on back and forth. I mean, it's been nonstop. I think today's been like the only actual nice day that we've had in a long time. So.
Yeah, it's been shitty here this week. I think we lost almost 2 days worth of work because of the rain. But we actually worked one job in the rain just to finish up the mulch job. So, but yeah, it's nice to have a nice weekend. This weekend's been pretty nice, and today has been even better today. So they're actually pretty good. Hopefully, it's good across the whole country, really. So.
Yeah, definitely. What about you, Joel? What about you, son?
Yeah, what about you, Joel Jr.?
Did a little bit of yard work on Saturday.
Your yard? I can't believe you do your own yard.
So I'm trying to think. It wasn't really yard work. I picked up stone from my dog kennel outside and put stone down. I don't remember what the fuck I did Saturday. I mean, yeah, Saturday. But I went down to Newport, Rhode Island today. I think we talked about that on the podcast before. And that was pretty cool. Fucking mansions down there and shit.
Dude, you didn't go by and visit Paul Kamara, Uncle Paul?
You know what? I meant to fucking message him on Instagram, and then I kind of just got caught up in like the architecture and stuff. We originally went down there to go to this tea house right on the ocean, and super fucking overrated and super fucking expensive. But you go in, you get like the appetizers, entree, and some tea and some dessert. And fucking super expensive, and we didn't realize it until like we sat down and they told us how it worked. It's like shit. But after that, we went in. I forget the name of the mansion. We went to the mansion, and the mansion was built. I think they started building it in 1872 and finished it in 1892. And holy shit, dude! Like just like the effort and craftsmanship that went into like the details and like the molding and the carvings, like in the corners, is fucking insane. Like it's what I'm trying to explain to my kids. I'm like the lion's face is on the forged steel to crank the windows open. I'm like, someone did that by fucking hand. Heated that shit up and carved it out. I'm like, that's a skill set. And like they did it without any modern tools. I'm like even like the paintings, the murals you see, like a lot of that stuff was done with like horsehair and horsetail, and they cut it down and that's how they painted. So it was pretty cool. I just can't believe that like people actually live in those fucking houses. They're massive, dude. Like ceilings are probably like 40 feet high. Fucking insane.
Yeah, I can bet, dude. Those are probably some beautiful mansions. We have some older ones like that in our area, but yeah, just to see them, some of the detail work that they put into that stuff is just amazing.
Yeah.
Like you said, that some all handcrafted stuff. It takes time from back then. Yeah.
And I had to stop and I asked one of the people that were running it, how much of this is original versus like remodel replicas, because a lot of times they do that, like maybe like in the 50s, they restored something. I think she said like 87% of it was original. And she said the stuff that wasn't was stuff that was taken by one of the last owners in like the mid 1900s, like 1920s Depression era. I think they said like some vanity stuff. Pianos were all replaced, but yeah, it was
Could you
pretty cool.
imagine that everybody had pianos in their house?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, that was a standard. Yeah.
I mean, that's amazing. The difference from like the 1920s to now. Like they didn't have the TVs. They had pianos. They had just dance floors in their room. So big ballrooms and big dining rooms. It's just amazing how much rooms a lot of these older houses have compared to what we have nowadays. So
Yep. Times have changed very quickly. Yeah,
Oh,
but
yeah.
those mansions down there are no joke, man. And if you guys that are listening don't follow Paul Camaro, definitely follow him because you get a sense of like what we're talking about here on the podcast as far as like how detailed and how manicured those properties are, and
Yeah.
it takes a certain somebody to know what they're doing to work in a yard like that.
Oh, yeah. It's a
Yeah,
lot.
and you can tell it's like not even like the 1800s mansions, but like the McMansions that regular people live in is regular homes. You could just tell like the rhododendrons that were like, and rhododendrons are massive down there, and you could tell landscapers were going in there and thinning those things out. They're just so well kept, where it's like you can tell like some of these places for a medium size, a small company might have like 30 customers, and that'll keep you slammed all year. Just like Jensen just said, like the amount of detail when you would go by, you just see like most of the driveways are like pea stone, like quarter-inch pea stone, but you're meticulous. There's no pea stone out of place.
Right. Right. That's amazing. It's just amazing on some of those houses, dude. I can imagine, especially up by you guys, being some of those are, from way, way back that just probably, people that were millionaires back then, which, probably were like $100,000, dollars that they owned it, in some of those houses that they put it way in money into, so it's amazing.
And I'm sure some of those that we saw, there was some like mansion castles that were probably dated back to like this, 17th century, 1700s. And I think when we have more time, we went down there for one specific stop, but I think when I have time, I might go back. It's kind of a haul, it's an hour and a half ride down, and but I think it would be worth going down. And I like seeing that like old architecture and skill set and just what goes into give me some like my house was built in 1890, and I kind of want to restore like there's no original molding in this house. Yeah, like that over the decades they just destroyed what they had in here, and it was just replaced with like horsehair plaster. The molding came down, so like I'm going through those, and I'm like, wow, I'm like a lot of the stuff was probably incorporated into like similar to my house with what they had. So I want to try to duplicate some of the stuff. I took a shit ton of photos, and I want to try to duplicate some of the molding work that they had there.
There's a fun fact that Josh already knows because the real reason why he went down to Newport was for this reason: is that Taylor Swift owns a mansion down there, and he's been trying to find her.
I actually didn't know that.
You knew that. You're just hiding it, dude.
He's a
You're
Swift.
just hiding it. You're really a Swift.
Stalking the girl.
You're trying to find her house. You're trying to get over there so you can start cutting her grass and everything.
Hey, that'd be a great account, wouldn't that?
Oh, heck yeah.
That's a fucking troop, man.
Yeah.
She'd give you like, imagine like she pays you in like concerts. All you have to do is sell the tickets, and you get whatever you want for them.
Yeah.
Yeah, no shit, right? That's true, yeah.
Yeah.
What's your favorite Taylor Swift song, Josh?
You're putting him on the spot.
I couldn't give you hold on, I might know
Oh,
it.
come on.
I know the songs, but I
13.
don't
Come
know
on,
what
13. You know 13.
sing it.
I don't know. I don't know how to sing it. You're the Swiftie.
I tell you, I can't name a song off the top of my head, but if you fucking give me the words, I probably can sing it.
Oh, I gotta look it up because I don't know the name of the song. But there is one I like. I'll admit that there is one.
I get her mixed up with Avril Lavigne.
How can
I
you
don't know
mix
why.
them up? They're two different people.
It's
They're
not
two
my
different
style of
people.
music, dude. I listen to like rap and fucking heavy metal.
Well, yeah. I mean,
Oh,
Oh,
what's the one that's just
Avril was more skater
it wasn't
girl.
my fault. It's me. It's not you. It's me.
listen,
I'm butchering it. It's
I'm
one of
not.
those. It was a Facebook or TikTok fucking anthem.
I'm not too proud, but the song style from T Swift, I like.
Well, how's it go?
I'm not singing it. Don't
Sing it, dude.
try to get me into that. No.
Being
You're
pussy.
52, Joel Senior.
So I just like the beat. I don't really, I don't know. I don't really know
Okay.
the words. I can't sing it.
So, if you're riding on your mowing, what song are you listening to? Are you literally listening to a Taylor Swift song, or are
No.
you listening to something else?
No, I'll tell you right now. All right, I'll give you a quick playlist of what I listen to.
Yeah,
It's a lot of
I
underground
want
hip hop.
you just cut your grass. 30 minutes.
I'll give you the first 5 songs,
Okay.
6 songs. So New York Times by J. Cole. It Ain't
Okay.
Hard to Tell by Nas.
Okay.
Own Appeal by Odyssey. Shook
Okay.
Ones by Mobb Deep. Knock the Hustle by Cause featuring J. Cole. I got a lot of J. Cole on there. And then Cherry Wine by Nas featuring Amy Winehouse.
Okay. That's not bad.
Yeah.
Josh, what are you listening to?
Dude, I'm like a gangbang of genres when it comes to the music. Dude, I have days I'll be in like straight up disco funk, like Earth, Wind, and Fire type music, dude. Just like fucking really vibing out.
Bee Gees.
And then I have what I'll do is I'll just type out what did you say?
The Bee Gees.
The Bee Gees?
I was listening to the Bee Gees on the way back from Newport. I was doing disco funk. Love the Bee Gees, but yeah. I mean, Wednesdays are Wu Wednesdays, so it's strictly Wu Tang. A lot of what Jensen had on his list is kind of what I go through, and then, I usually what I'll do is go to my Spotify, Slipknot Radio, Pantera Radio, Nas Radio, Wu Tang Radio, disco funk, and kind of just let it play through. So it's a lot of podcasts and shit too. But
Right.
I like that. Wu-Tang Wednesday. I'm gonna
Wu
start
Wednesday, Wu Wednesday, baby.
Yeah.
Woo Wednesdays. Okay, I think we should do that. We should all do that. That sounds pretty good. I'm more of I listen to a lot of 90s and some country and stuff here and there. So, I mean, it all just depends on the day. Like Josh said, I think it depends on the day and, how you're feeling that day. But, yeah.
Hey, Josh. Josh,
Yes.
what's your favorite Spice Girls song?
I only know that if you want to be my lover, you gotta get with my friend. That's the only Spice Girls song I know.
Wait. Let's dissect those. Let's dissect those lyrics. If you want to be my lover,
you gotta get with my friends.
What does that mean?
That means like you gotta be cool with my friends, but it sounds like you gotta smash my friends. Like that's like
Right?
like kind of weird.
Yeah.
But they're also a bunch of British girls, so it's like you gotta with my lover, you gotta be my friend. Or is it if you gotta be my lover, you gotta be my friend? Huh, I don't know.
No.
Yeah.
Yes.
If you want to do
those lyrics, will you?
It sounds like such an innocent song, but it has a different meaning, man.
Right.
Well, that's like everybody talking about the Madonna song, saying it's about a blowjob when it is
But
about Jesus Christ. It's not about a blowjob. It's about
It
Jesus
is,
Christ.
bro.
It's not.
It
Just
is, bro.
What it means, it says it emphasizes the importance of friendship and female solidarity.
So you got to bang the fat friend?
I guess, yeah. Just be friends.
You got to do a 2-man. Bring the guy to take him up for the team. Hold on, I want to touch another.
I don't know. That's kind of weird.
No, listen, I'm not. Let's have this debate, Josh, because that Madonna song is 100% about fellatio.
When you call my name, it's like a little prayer. I'm down on my knees. I want to take you there.
Yup.
In the midnight hour, I can feel your power.
Yup.
Like a prayer, I'll take you there.
I mean, how could anybody else think that's?
Did you read the dude? Life is a mystery. Everyone must stand alone. I hear you call my name, and it feels like home. Right? I hear your voice. It's like an angel sighing. I have no choice. I hear your voice. Feels like flying. Sounds like she's about dying. Sounds like it's about suicide or overdosing.
No, I don't think it is.
We're talking
Like a
about
child,
Madonna
like a
here, bro.
child, you whisper softly to me. You're in control, just like a child. Now I'm dancing, so we're talking about pedophilia now. Okay, if you're gonna go down that road, right? Fucking deadlifts and shit. Uh, life is a mystery, and then it's just the same thing over and over and over. I don't know. I think the song is about fucking religious bullshit, not about blowjobs. And some perv was just like, "Yo, someone's sucking dick."
When's the last time Madonna's been religious?
I don't
Talking
follow
about
Madonna. Madonna, I'll be honest with you. So I remember Madonna, but Madonna's before my time. So I just turned 40. Madonna was my sister's 6 years older than me. Madonna was more like my sister's era. So like a little
What's your
bit
favorite Madonna song?
like a virgin. I fucking love that song. Touch like a virgin. I love that
All
song.
right, so he's just singing. He says like a virgin, which clearly talks about.
Yeah.
Virgin Mary, motherfucker.
I don't know if that's all about that.
My favorite Madonna song is La Isla Bonita. That's a dope song.
I don't even know that song. She speaks Spanish?
No, but yeah, in the song she does. Yeah, dope song.
You gotta figure I was like the Britney Spears era. So I think I was coming into music at the end of the Madonna era and it was kind of transitioning to Britney Spears.
Yeah, I like Christina Aguilera better.
She's more
Okay, so
talented
what-
she can sing.
So, what's your best Britney Spears song?
I'm not a Britney Spears fan. I was just coming
Yeah,
up
okay.
there.
Hit Me One More Time is his jam. He
I
actually
did
knows.
not think you know what? I might be the one fucking guy. I did not think she was attractive. I did not think she was talented.
Dude,
Okay.
I've seen you do the choreography of that. Hit Me One More Time. Yeah.
Yeah, see, you know it. You know it all down the heart, dude.
Hit me, baby, one more time.
See, you know the lyrics. See, you know that song. You listen to it at least every Thursday, I bet.
Well,
right,
fucking on the radio fucking every day.
For those listening to the podcast and those that maybe listen to us live, if you're hearing it now, if you're hearing it later on, comment down below your confession of what your, what is a song that you listen to that you wouldn't normally tell people.
Would you skip Hit Me Baby One More Time if it came on while you were sitting on a mower?
I never liked that song.
Yeah.
I'd skip it.
I think I like what is it, like the Poison song that she did? Toxic, yeah, that one, Toxic, yeah.
That was like the sexy song when she was like getting out of the teenage phase, trying to like go into womanhood.
Yeah,
It was a catchy song.
it is, but I don't know. I like listening to some of the ones that have inner meanings. You know, like when you're listening to it, and you can actually get to understand what it means now, compared to when you were younger and you just listened to the song and you were like, "Yeah, it's a good song," but then now you start to listen to some of them as we're older, and you start to listen to the lyrics really good and know exactly what they're meaning, and you're like, "Why the hell didn't I realize that years ago?" You know.
What was the one that came out? Third Eye Blind, Semi Charm Life? Song was about fucking getting high on methamphetamines or something.
Yeah.
What the fuck? I was like rocking out to that song in like 4th grade.
What's
I didn't know what it was.
All right, here's the next question. You guys name one classic song before your time that's like one of your favorite songs.
One classic song. Oh shit! Before my time.
Well, I'll start. I got two to tie that. I got Gallows Pole by Led Zeppelin. And I like Creedence Clearwater Revolution. Have you seen the Ring?
Have you seen the rain? Okay. It's not bad. It's a good song.
Have you ever seen the rain? That one.
Yeah.
That's a good song. I like Ventura Highway by America.
I don't know that one.
Great song.
I like the one. It was from Vietnam. They did it for Vietnam, and it was, I forget what it's called. I don't know. If I heard it, I knew right away.
That's why I like that show, The Wonder Years. They played a lot of good like music during
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. What's your favorite Wonder Years episode? There you go.
Man, I can't. I've seen that's the crazy thing. I've seen a lot of Wonder Years episodes, but I can't really remember.
I was young for that, and I know I'm not that much younger than you, but I remember watching them like Saturdays. They would come on regular TV, but I don't remember the episodes.
What about Boy Meets Girl? Boy Meets World, I mean.
The episode or the chick?
The
Topanga?
whole
I think everybody had a crush on her, man.
Yeah. Dude, that was why every kid. So that was the I don't know if that was local all over the country. It was TGIF on Fridays. Like you go home, you would have Family Matters, Urkel, Step by Step with Cody, Boy Meets World. Fuck, it wasn't Saved by the Bell. I can't remember what the fourth one was, but there was a fourth one in there.
That was on Saturday mornings out here.
Yeah. Kelly was one of my first crushes.
Oh yeah,
Really?
yeah. You know they're doing a reunion.
Yeah.
Are they?
Yeah. Just watch it when it comes out, man. I'm telling you.
You know who I like now? Who I think she's hot now is Punky Brewster.
Funky.
I haven't seen it.
Her and Winnie Cooper. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yo, you know what threw me off that was crazy? I know it's kind of off the topic. I was scrolling through Facebook and they were doing like the, then and now. The fucking girl that played the kid in The Grinch, the movie, is like 35 years old now. I was like, holy fucking
I've
shit.
never seen that movie.
Oh, yeah.
She's like the lead singer of a heavy metal band now. Like, what the fuck?
That's badass.
Did I do that? Okay, so I just watched something earlier. Brightstone's talking about saying, "Did I do that?" in Urkel voice. Okay, so I watched something earlier that said that Die Hard, Family Matters, and the Ghostbusters are all in the same universe because the cop in both of them is the father that was the cop in Family Matters.
Yo, you know that? So, Carl.
Yep.
He was getting his back blown out by Puff Daddy, wasn't he? He was one of the. Oh no, Will Smith. Will Smith was smashing him. That was the fucking story. Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess there's some facts behind that. Yeah, he was taking it up the ass from fucking Will Smith. I just broke
what?
Justin's heart.
Wait. Well, what?
Supposedly, Will Smith's bodyguard, when all the stuff was coming out that like he might be bi or gay or something, it came out that the father from Family Matters, Carl, the guy he played the cop in Die Hard, he was on a few of them. He was getting smashed by Will Smith. He walked in on it and Will Smith was fucking having dude sex with him.
Did you guys see the Dave Chappelle skit about Puff Daddy?
No.
Oh,
Hilarious, man. And I'm not even gonna try to like do it justice because I can't deliver it. Obviously, nobody could deliver like he does. But he's like, man, have you guys heard about this Puff Daddy thing? He goes, man, he's like, he got himself into some serious trouble. He has a RICO case all by himself. Then he's like, he goes, some of my friends asked me, hey, have you ever been to any of Puff Daddy's parties? Do you know anything that's been going on with that? And I'm like, no. And they're like, yeah, but you know a lot of people that are involved in that. He goes, and I started to think, he goes, oh my God, I'm ugly. he goes, that's a bad way to find out Hollywood's having an orgy behind your back. And he just goes off on a tear. It's hilarious, man. You got to watch it.
That's fucking great.
Yeah.
I want to know the company that let him buy a whole semi full of baby oil.
I would have sold it to him.
I know you would. But can you see that a whole semi showing up at your door? Really?
That's a lot of baby oil, man.
I feel
Oh,
like
yeah.
when you got somebody like that, that's like people don't realize like the statue of that guy, like that's completely different. Like guy's a fucking billionaire. He's one of the biggest music producers in the industry. Like people don't ask questions. Like that's power, dude. That's like real power. Like you just fucking order it and drop it off. You don't know what the deal is. Yeah, the delivery driver's probably like, what the fuck? But
It's just weird. It would just be weird to drop off that much, you know.
How about the guy that gets the order from like Johnson and Johnson? Hey, we have to deliver. Wow, who's?
Yeah, 10,000 bottles of baby oil. Okay, you know, it's a lot, dude. That's just a lot. But
well,
like
if
I
you
said,
go in and like everybody thought that they would using it as lube. But when I was reading transcripts from the case, I guess the girl Cassie was saying that he made them like stay like oiled up the whole time and like the stuff would run out. So they would constantly have to like lather up every fucking time. Like you
Can you
wanted
imagine? Like there had to have been someone that accidentally slipped and broke their back.
Oh yeah.
Like, oh man, hey, what happened to you? Oh man, I was at this party and man, I got a ruptured disc.
The one time I slipped and fell on a dick.
Someone caught me.
Yeah, right. No, it was a coat hanger.
yeah, that's a lot. That's all I gotta say.
That's not, the stuff that he's been involved in sounds like a lot of work.
Yeah, but like, think of how many people do it for him, and like, guys get assistants up the ass that can arrange all that shit, you know?
Right. It's just a lot. Yeah. So what other? Okay. So what other shows did you like back when you were younger?
There's one that not a lot of people know about. It's Parker Lewis Can't Lose. I love that show.
Interesting. Josh, what was your favorite shows from way back then?
See, I didn't have cable, so like as a young kid, it was
The news.
Yeah, right. Teenage Mutant. Well, Jeopardy and Wheel of Fortune were a given. But like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Power Rangers as a kid, teenager, like the Family Matters and stuff. I got into MASH because I would stay up late at night, and MASH was one of the last things on Channel 38 at night before they did the fucking Pledge of Allegiance and shut the stations down.
What about the Love Boat? You ever seen the Love Boat? Gilligan's Island?
Gilligan's Island I would get every once in a while, but that wasn't really on regular TV for me.
I'd watch
It
the
would really
Brady
be
Bunch.
whatever like would come on the fucking odd what was it UHF channels.
Remember the Brady Bunch?
Yep.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Who was your hottest girl that you liked on the Brady Bunch?
The mom.
The mom. Josh, it was probably Jan or something.
Nah, I don't like any of them.
Oh, you like the maid? Okay, we got it.
Yeah. Was it what was her name?
I
Alice.
forget.
Alice. Right?
Alice, yeah.
Josh was like, "Ooh, Alice is hot. I like her. I'm gonna watch more of her."
She had those Keds on. The white Keds.
Oh yeah. Yeah. There was some interesting shows. MASH was kind of interesting. I'll tell you that much.
Is that? I never saw it. I know what it was about. It was like war, like
Vietnam. Yeah, it was about guys based in Vietnam, and I never like, dude. I remember my uncles. Like, I would stay. My uncles lived I lived in a 3-decker, and my uncle lived on the first floor. And every once in a while, I have to go down there and wait for my mother to come home, and he would watch, and I'd be like, "This is so fucking stupid." But again, I'd come home as a teenager, fucking buzzed, and I couldn't sleep. 2 o'clock in the morning, and that's what was on. So I ended up getting into it. Like, all right, cool.
Did you guys watch? Crap, what was I gonna say? Oh, Lou Ferrigno and the Incredible Hulk.
Oh yeah, I did when I was younger. Yeah, that and Dukes of Hazard.
Dukes of Hazard, yeah. I was a late bloomer to Dukes of Hazard.
What was the one? Squad something. It was about like I want to say it was like a 70s. What is it?
The A-Team.
No, not
No.
18. Squad 59ers.
About like the fire department EMT guys that drove around and man, I forget it. I got into that young too. It was like there's a bunch of reruns from like I think it was like a 70s or 80s TV show.
Yeah.
There's like two paramedics that ran around and like crazy scenarios. Squad something.
Emergency.
Emergency, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. That was a pretty cool show too. Yeah. Yeah.
But those were all reruns, and that's what I mean. We didn't have cable, but I watched whatever came on like reruns. Like I could never tell you the order of like I like the Three Stooges, but I never watched it like in order. You know.
Right.
Let me ask you this question because I have a friend at work who is obsessed with Seinfeld. Did you guys like ever get into that show?
Yeah, I like the show. I hate him. I think he's a fucking douchebag, and I'd fucking lay him out. You know, fucking I've had a few beers in me, but I think the show, it's relatable.
Yeah.
That's what everybody says.
That's the point. Like, there's no like it's not like a storyline script. It's just like a bunch of random people. It's like it's almost like they actually just kind of scripted reality TV.
Right.
You know, it's like Curb Your Enthusiasm. Like that's a better show, but it's similar to that. You know, if you ever watch that.
Yeah.
Was that on like HBO or something?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. That was on.
I was too poor for HBO.
Yeah, I didn't have HBO unless I turned it on and it was the squiggly lines.
Oh, that was the Spice Channel.
That was the Spice Channel for you. See, that was HBO for us.
Yeah, like you every now and then you catch a boob.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You wait till the middle of the night and then I'm going to my room, Dad.
Yeah.
Mess with the channel.
Yeah.
Yeah. Josh didn't have that fun part. I know.
Nope, but I had friends that did, and that's when I would get a VH tape fucking a couple times a month. Fucking tape would be worn out on one part. Fucking
Josh, you ever have a hot box?
a hot box? What's a hot box? I know, like
The cable box that would give you all the channels.
oh, the black box. We called them a black box. I know I didn't have anything like that. My friends all had it though, the black box, and we would get. It was funny, like you would get like the B side was like the dirty channels. You had the switch with the A and the B, and
Right.
you could put it on the B side, and like you know certain times you would actually get to watch, and other times it would be like scrambled. But like you would get all the movie channels and shit with that too.
Nice.
Scott?
No, we barely had cable. When we did, we did. But I know we never had a hot box of where it was, we had all the channels. But my uncle had stole like cable right from the neighbors. Like the way the houses were so close that he literally hooked up a cable to like one of those the inverters where there was a separate cable coming out, and then hooked up the neighbors back into theirs, and then had a line straight over. And would always tell the neighbor, like, I'll cut your grass over here. Like, don't worry about cutting this little grass in here, just so you could get away with it. He got away for a couple of years on that before anybody really realized it.
You used to be able to use splitters and stuff, and the cable companies would run around and like actually eyeball places and get up and cut the line.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
People would steal electricity too.
Dude, if you ever got your light back, and you can't do it now, but you used to be able to, they would shut your electricity off. You just go out, pull the meter out, turn it upside down, and it fucking wouldn't even, it would work, and it wouldn't register the meter, so they could, when they would go up, they used to have to go up and put a meter to the meter to see what it was doing. It wouldn't register, but you get free electricity until they come back around and check anything.
Nice. What about so growing up, like music when it first came out, did you get anything off of like Napster or anything like that?
Oh yeah.
Give me 1 minute.
Yeah, 1 minute.
Yeah. Yeah, Napster. I would go off Napster. I did Napster for a long time. Tried the movies and stuff. But it had AOL dial-up, so like you'd spend 3 days downloading a fucking album, and then someone would call, and it would boot you off, and you'd be fucked.
Yeah.
And then LimeWire came out, and I switched to LimeWire.
Okay. Yeah. AOL sucked. I'll tell you that much. That took forever to just get hooked up onto the internet.
Yo,
So it would be like you're ready to get on the internet and be like, okay, I'm going to get on, and then 2 hours later you actually get connected on and ready to go. So yeah, that definitely sucked. It's like your
yeah,
internet.
yeah. So, or you'd get it, and it'd be like the wrong album or something.
Right. Yeah. That always sucked too sometimes. So going back to okay, so you were a Power Ranger freak. So have you watched any of the new Power Ranger movies or any of the new series?
No, I think they're all stupid. I mean, I'm just one of like kind of an old head where like you got to stick to the original. Like shit. The Power Rangers came out when I was in elementary school, I think, and they're all over. It's like the fucking Ninja Turtles. They're all over the place now. I'm just one of those like I like the originals and that's it. Like the newest thing I liked from the Power Rangers was Tommy,
Okay.
the Green Ranger. That was as new as all go. You know.
Yeah.
Right. To turn to the White Ranger.
Yeah, that was fine. And then after that, it was like anything after that, like no way.
No way. Josh or JC, have you ever watched Voltron?
No.
No.
Okay.
Is that like the Transformers?
Kind of, yeah. But it's got like guys that run the machines and then connect them, kind of like Transformers. So, yeah. So then Josh likes turtles. So, Josh, have you seen what they've done to the turtles lately?
Fucking horrible. Fucking horrible. Like, dude, hold on. I'll say it right now. I've had this thing since elementary school, and I just
Now you've had that since elementary. You've been keeping that hid in a nice, deep, dark space for a long time.
Dude, I didn't know. I didn't think I had anything from my childhood, dude. You kidding me? I didn't think I had anything from my childhood, dude. I remember these things, dude. I used to get bullied in school so bad, and I wonder why. Fucking, I was wanted to come with something. I would keep these in my backpack, and like I'm down. When we decided to enter the basement part, I was like, I seen it like sitting, and I was like, what the fuck is that? I was like, yeah, I didn't know whose it was. I'm like, dude, this is mine. I didn't know I had anything from my fucking childhood. This is like one of the very few things that I have
I
left.
never had the turtles. I always had the hard ones, the hard turtles.
No, I had the action figures and stuff. You know, it's crazy. I just went in and I can't remember his name. There was like a rhinoceros that wore a black wife beater and army pants.
Bebop and Rocksteady.
Yep, Rocksteady.
So my mother gave those out to my nephew when I had moved out. And I was at, the comic book store over on Park Ave there, Jensen?
Yeah, that's entertainment.
Yeah, so I went over there with one of my kids the other day, and that fucking action figure is $190 and the original package, and I was like, holy shit. I'm like,
Yeah. A lot of
dude, I had all the Ghostbusters stuff too when I was. That was the one thing. My mother, we would go. I don't know if you guys knew Woolworths. It was just like a general store. It was like a CVS of like the 80s and 90s, and they were super cheap. The Ninja Turtles and the Ghostbusters, and like that was the one thing I used to get for Christmas and shit was like the Ghostbusters and the Ninja Turtle action figures. So I used to have all that stuff. And you know what? I wish I fucking kept it because all that shit's worth a fucking fortune right now. A little fortune.
Oh yeah, a lot of that older stuff is. I mean, literally, I had a lot of GI Joes, which I sold a bunch of them, and dude, when I sold them, a lot of them sold for like $100 a guy, and they were just, half their legs are apart because of the rubber bands that held them together were broke, and you're like, why would you buy something for $100 that has no rubber band and you can't even pose it or anything? Like,
Yeah.
Bro, look up on eBay original Optimus Prime in box. I had that.
In the box still?
Well, I didn't have it in the box. I played with it, but
See, that's the thing. Like, how many of us from our ages literally kept it in the box?
But you
You know,
didn't. But if you were a collector at some point, then or if you were a kid that came from some sort of money, your parents may have bought you too. You know, you could have
right,
kept. You know, if you had a parent that knew that, like, hey, things become collector's items, hold on to them. You know.
right. But yeah, I mean, not many of us do. That's the crappy part. You know, I mean, I know till I was probably 20 something, I had all the boxes from all the GI Joe vehicles and all that. But then it was like, okay, I got to get rid of all these cardboard boxes because I had nowhere to put them. You
Yeah.
know,
Dude, I
it's
might
like
buy it.
you should buy it and put it right behind you.
I thought it was more expensive than that. I mean, it's still expensive. It's like $900.
That's not bad. That's cheaper than an engine. It's worth it. It's worth it. I think it's worth it as a collector's item if you just keep it in the box, JC.
You guys want to go? You guys want to split it 3 ways?
I don't split 3 ways.
We'll invest in collectible toys. I'll tell you what. I'm gonna go on eBay and buy somebody's collection of Beanie Babies for $10
each.
And then for the entire
the whole
film.
collection.
Yeah,
that's worth it.
And then in like 10 years, it'll probably come back.
Probably. But I don't know. Like, I don't think they will.
They all go in cycles. Like the trolls. The trolls went like crazy when my daughters were younger. They came back. You know, like the little trolls with the long hair.
Wow.
And
well, that's
my
what
wife.
I have one here.
Yeah, I figured you can see the resemblance. You got a little rhinestone in your belly button too.
Yep.
Fucking. But when we moved out to where we are right now, my wife found a lady on Marketplace selling bags of those trolls for like $100. She got something like 87 trolls for like $100. I'm telling you, you wait like another 10 years, they'll all those toys go up and down. They come back in popularity. You know, it's like clothes. You know.
Right.
Like what 2 years ago, like all the '80s styles and '70s styles are starting to come back. You know, now what kids are going into like the '90s styles again.
Yeah, I think so. Everything comes back around. I mean, it's normal. I wish the winters would come back around for us landscapers. You know.
I'm done. Don't say that. It's funny. There's an account nearby where I live. It's one of the utility companies we service, and I actually just picked it up starting this week. It's a big account to maintain, but it's fair money. I wanted to build more around where I live, to try to start something in the next couple of years down here, and that's kind of one of the big pieces if we can keep the contract going.
Right. That's pretty good, dude. If you can keep it, that'd be awesome. That'd be closer to your place and stuff.
You know, we got it through a management company, and we do all the out of scope stuff there because the landscaper doesn't like to do it. We just built a bee sanctuary over there, and
Nice.
the landscaper just likes to mow and do the cleanups. He doesn't like to trim or doing the extras, and we do all the extras for the utility company, and we inquired about it. And I was kind of pushing the management company, like, give it to me, give it to me, give it to me. And then when we were there doing the sanctuary, the guy showed up with like his wife, his daughter, and his son, and they were cutting the lawn. And I called the guy up at the management company and said, I want to retract, my request to take it. This guy's here cutting it with his family. Like, I don't want to step on anybody's toes. It's not like it's a big company or nothing. And then last week, the guy calls me, goes, yeah, the guy told us to fuck off. He doesn't want the property anymore because he can't deal with the wet hills and all that crap. It's one of those things, just some like serious mowing to do there, and he only had like a 48 standard on like a pretty decent grade, and he was getting his ass kicked. So they call us up and he said, "It's yours if you want it." I said, "I'm taking it."
Nice. Well,
if you guys could, here's a challenge. You have to rename your company.
Oh.
What are you calling it?
Oh, wow. Put me on the spot. Really?
Yeah.
I would rename it Scott's.
Like the fertilizer company.
A little copyright infringement there, huh?
Yep, I'd do it. I'd go for it. Scott's Lawn and Landscape. There you go.
Josh.
Visions.
Visions? What are you selling? Glasses?
No, because it's my vision, and it's my favorite Wu-Tang song too.
Visions Green Company?
No, Visions. Listen, the only reason Caravan Green Company exists is because I wanted to have a professional image, but I wasn't pulling like FIDs or any of that shit in the beginning because this was only meant to be a supplementary thing for unemployment. And at the time, as long as your name was in the company on the check that was written to you, you could cash the checks. So, but it grew so fucking fast, I didn't have time to change the name. And then once we got known, it was like it'd be a whole rebranding thing, so I didn't want to. So,
JC, what would you rename yours?
Man, I should really have an answer to the questions that I asked. Huh? I don't know, man. Like,
it's hard sometimes.
Yeah.
Especially when you're put on the spot.
Exquisite landscape.
Exquisite? That's pretty nice.
Taken in this area.
Damn it.
It's a pretty massive union landscape company.
I've never heard of a union landscape company.
Oh, yeah. We have a few out here. Emmanuel, there's two. Exquisite, I think Riverside is union, or they might have a union shop, but there's a lot of union bids out here for guys.
How about Finesse Landscapes?
Finesse. It's a nice one.
Yeah. It sounds sexy.
Sexy mowing.
Finesse.
Mow your grass, finesse. That's interesting, yeah.
Just to elaborate real quick on that union thing too. Those companies aren't like mowing lawns and shit. Those are install companies for like new installs. So they're usually taken from the local laborers union and the operators union, and that's how they make the companies. So when you have closed jobs, those companies can bid on like new development and stuff.
Okay, yeah, that's what I was wondering. Yeah, because it's like I've never heard of it. You know, at one point when I worked for True Green Chemlawn years ago, a lot of guys wanted to come in and make that unionized, and the owner was like, "We're not making that unionized," and they literally found out who was really wanting to make it unionized, and they fired the guy. So
yeah, union busters. But yeah, no, yeah. These are like, you know, like in any state you go to, you have a local laborers union. They're usually just made up of the laborers union.
Okay.
All right, another question. Who has the best name in the business on social media?
Ooh. I've only seen the video, but I like that Lawn and Order thing I've seen in the past.
I think a lot of people use that though.
Yeah, I like
there's a couple companies. Because there's a couple companies that have Lawn and Order. I know there's one in Delaware, there's one in Tennessee, one in North Carolina.
Also, like the Weed Man, the fertilizer company. I thought that
was good. That was good. Yeah,
that was a good name. Yeah, yeah, because literally, it's not a name you would think of to have.
Sounds like a dispensary though.
Well, it sticks out, you know. So you're gonna read the fucking the truck because you're like, this guy got dime bags or what, dude? I don't even know if people call them dime bags anymore.
Really, the first thing, you know. So anymore, you know. But yeah, I don't know. It's one of those. I don't know. There's a lot of
cool Pablo's black sheep.
Yeah, Pablo's is awesome. Yeah,
I think he has the best logo in the game.
Yeah, logo wise, yeah, definitely. Because that matches everything, you know. That black sheep on everything is awesome. I don't know. There's a lot of companies out there. It's hard for me to pick. Some of them I think are just too easy. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's more the people that take the time and actually, put into figuring out what they want to name it. You know what I'm saying? Are really ones that stand out to me. And it's like the other ones are just like, okay, like, you named it that, it's like, that's so easy. Like I know there's a company here, it's called Fresh Lawn, or First Cuts, and you're like, okay, well, what are you going to do after the first cut? What are you doing after the first cut? It says your company's First Cuts. That's it. Like, you're not doing anything else?
No, so I'm not trying to make fun of them because I don't know them, but like, you finish the customer's lawn, they're like, hey, we'll see you next week. No, that was just the first cut. I don't do second cuts.
You got to call me next year. Sorry.
Yeah.
One time only.
One and done. I hit it and quit it.
That's
a great one.
Yeah.
Hit and quit lawn care.
One and done. There you go. Yeah. One and done. That's it. Yeah. Oh, all right.
Minuteman Lawn Care.
Minuteman, yeah. Yeah. 2 men and a lawnmower. There you go. That would be a different one. But, well, is there anything else, fellas, for the day on this great holiday that we got going on today?
Josh is going to change his company name to Just Like a Prayer Lawn Care.
Yes, he is. Well, thank you guys for all joining us, who've been watching us, who's been on Instagram, who's been on Facebook, on Twitch. Welcome, everybody. Keep listening to us, too, if you're listening to us on Spotify, Boots on Ground Radio, or anywhere else you're listening to, like Apple or Amazon or whatever. So thanks, guys, and thanks to our sponsors, Pro Parts Direct and Cujo Guardware, and our candle company, Awesome Candle Company.
Candle Company.
Yep. So thank you guys for being sponsors of the show, and check out the links below, and hopefully we'll see you guys next week. So if not, Joel Jr. will come after you. So
that's right.
Go get him, son.
Go get him.
Okay, Pappy.